see what Rasheed's up to. Oh, look at that. He's outside reading another one of his favorite books. Today, he's thinking about the setting. So setting, and he made us a nice little anchor chart to tell us what the setting is. Setting is another thing good readers think about when they're reading. Setting is where and when a story happens. So setting is where and when a story happens. And so here's some examples of where. We got a house. A story might take place in a house. Maybe it'll take place in a forest. Those are where. Then it also is when. So, maybe during the day or at night. And something really important to remember is that the setting can change. Setting does not have to stay the same in the same story. So let's think about Rasheed reading. Yesterday he was reading on the couch. So that was one setting. If he was in a story, that would be one setting. Today, he's reading outside. So that's another setting. So let's go back to our SpongeBob example. So there are their characters. Let me move it down a little bit. And let's talk about the setting. SpongeBob also has a setting. And it has a few different settings because, like we said, the setting can change. So the setting is where and when the story takes place. So sometimes the story takes place in SpongeBob's neighborhood in Bikini Bottom. You got his house there. You got Squidward's house in the neighborhood. You got Patrick's house in the neighborhood. And, sometimes SpongeBob's at his house. Sometimes he's hanging out with Patrick at Patrick's house. And sometimes he's bothering Squidward at Squidward's house. So, there's some possible settings in SpongeBob SquarePants. And then also, when SpongeBob goes to work, the setting changes to the Krusty Krab. So the Krusty Krab is another setting. So the setting can change. Sometimes he's at his house. Sometimes he goes to work. So that's where the story is at. And like I said, it could be when too. So I'm going to make it darker. I'm going to change the time to nighttime. And that tells us that the setting could also be when something happens. Sometimes the setting happens during the day, sometimes it happens during the night, sometimes it happens during the summer, sometimes it happens during the winter. I have SpongeBob's house in the wintertime there because even the seasons can be a part of the setting. We can have summer and we could have winter, we can have day, we could have night, and then we could have all those different places. That's what setting means. So the setting changed again. It's nighttime now, and it's time for Rasheed to go to bed. So let's tuck him in. There you go. Good night, Rasheed.